The only people who don't want to disclose the truth are people with something to hide.
In 1977, we had a massive turnaround of our direction in the meeting at Cincinnati. My dad was the chair of that meeting. He chaired that meeting for 12 hours. Lasted all night. And then at the end of the night, Harlan Carter was given the head of AWOL. Admiral Lloyd Mustin, a Rear Admiral in the Navy, was given the presidency. And the NRA was a totally different and changed organization. Its number one charge was to protect and defend the Second Amendment. And our policy, which has been tried and true from that time, is that we elect those people who support the Second Amendment. If you're pro-gun, we support you. If you're anti-gun, we're going to beat you. That's when NRA started to grow. 1 million members by 1982, 2 million members by 1990. Under Wayne LaPierre, we've grown to 4.5 million members, and we're still growing. Interestingly enough, there's about 18 to 20 million people who would fight you if you told them they were not a member. Now, of course, our problem is we need to figure out how to sign them up and get their dues. There are 80 million gun owners. At least 80 million. Depends on who you listen to. They could be upwards of 200 million gun owners. We need to get those people involved in what we're doing. Now, we're at a juncture. I'm an old football jock, and I sort of put things in football perspective. But we're about on the 30-yard line. It's about third quarter. The NRA, I can assure you, is dug in, and we're whooping their ass everywhere we can go. Right and left, up and down. But this fight has just begun. This fight has just started. And I get so sick and tired of all these people with this fake president that we got who wants to say, well, you know, he hadn't done anything bad for gun owners. I said, let me tell you something bad that he's done. His entire administration is anti-gun, anti-freedom, anti-Second Amendment. You know, last fall, just before the elections, as community organizer-in-chief, President Obama demanded that his followers extract revenge. I can't remember a president ever publicly using that word against fellow Americans. And revenge is what is motivating the president's unrelenting attacks on gun owners today. Just look at his reaction to his defeat in the U.S. Senate with his step-at-a-time gun owner registration under the guise of universal background checks. There is nothing that criminals do with guns that isn't already against the law, with federal penalties ranging from 5-year mandatory sentence to life imprisonment. What this universal scheme would have done is to make honest citizens do a criminal act. Sell a gun to a good neighbor, just like you would do today, become a felon. And the government takes your guns. But losing in a Senate vote is not about to stop Obama. He's now threatening Democratic senators who are friends of NRA. He will destroy them if he can. We must support friends who support our cause. You know, Obama is meeting and plotting with the who's who of the gun ban movement, scheming to create a gun control by bureaucracy. President Barack Obama is AWOL on virtually every critical threat facing this nation. He's AWOL on border security. He's AWOL on the deficit. He's AWOL on national defense. He's AWOL on terrorism. But there's one issue where Obama is not AWOL, gun control. But there is something Obama will never understand. You, me, our friends, neighbors, co-workers, colleagues, and family, and the larger family of patriots who know that the Second Amendment, the freedom of our republic, trumps the Chicago political machine and its gun-banned agenda every time.
The only people who don't want to disclose the truth are people with something to hide.